One and all, right, we're on the job, my biggest job ever that I've ever started, and this is it so far. So this is the loft conversion behind me. So we're currently in the bathroom, go across to the landing behind me, which is here, lovely access. Velux going in, nice headroom as you can see, like, well, I'm 6'3", so nice. And then into a bedroom upstairs, which is here. So this is different for Adam because Adam has never done really a new build or an extension as this sort of thing. So we've got chipboard below us. There's no ceiling downstairs, so for him, he's never experienced being able to just clip cables nicely. So we'll drill a few holes down where the sockets are going. We'll then find them downstairs. We can clip all the cables nice and neat, some 5/8 clips every now and then. But we've just been speaking to the builder. So there's 37mm because of building regs, 37mm insulated board, plasterboard, and then skin going on top of this 5-6 inch Celotex already. So what we're going to do for each socket, let's say the socket here, we're going to cut out just a little square in the back of the Celotex. We're not going to go through it, we're just going to make an indent. We're going to take our channel out for the oval conduit. We'll coil that up. Because there's a 37mm board going on top and then skim, so realistically not far off 40mm. We'll get all our measurements, we'll cut this out afterwards. Our fast fix box will go into that and we'll be able to pull all the cables through, being in an oval conduit. None of the cable in the tool will touch any of the Celotex. Nice. And but what we've said, we'll probably, when we're marking out, because we want it a little bit bigger, we'll just probably draw around the lip of the box and then all round band that in place. Excuse me. Lighting wise in here, so we're just going to get upstairs done today. Well, on film anyway, because we've got stuff to do. We've been to the builder for about an hour. Pendant in here, pendant in the landing. There's going to be a 4-way lighting system here. So this being the 3rd floor, well, 2nd floor, 1st floor, ground floor. There's going to be a 4-way lighting for what was going to be the down lights on the 1st floor. So there'll be a switch here because the staircase is going here. There'll be a switch at the bottom of the stairs for that bedroom. There'll be a switch at the top of the stairs for that one, and then a switch all the way down there for the bottom of it. So you've never done 4-way switching. Adam could do it, he'll love it. And then the bathroom, we're just going to do 4 spots, lower level, and we'll get the angle down. An extractor fan. We're speaking to the builder, it's slate roof that's going outside. So here is the bathroom in the downstairs, sorry, on the 1st floor. We're going to do an inline fan in this cupboard, and then we're all going to go out and make sure when we bring your roof vents out, we're going to bring the roof vents out in exactly the same troughs, joists. So from the outside it's more pleasing. We've got 2 vents directly in line rather than a couple of metres apart. So I'm setting up the laser. We're going to mark out a few things with a multi-tool. We've got our mask, we've got our PPE, got everything we need for now. Got some uni lights. Sorry.
Does it go any bigger?
Yeah, so this one on twist as well.
Look, is it just...
Yes, we're going to twist that one. Tighten that up. No.
Yeah. Wait, so untwist the black one?
The black and red untwist from each other. There you go, and that lifts up.
Oh, okay.
See, massive pole. Excuse me.
Oh, so I get you. Leave that one down.
Do that one. Twist that. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you do the red one.
Let me get it.
So we're just setting the laser up just so we can get exactly the same heights all the way around. There's 3 sockets going in here. One on the block work. The block work is also being dabbed out. 37mm or something as well with the board and the skim. So they're going to be 35mm boxes on the wall. Probably 25mm for the light switches. So I know I've talked for a long time, but there's a lot of information here. But there's going to be loads of videos in this place. Sorry, I've dropped the camera. There's a lot of outside lighting going on, RBG lighting. There's a canal next to it, so we're doing a commando socket for the canal boat. There's 2 outer houses. There's a massive oak garage, which you can see here outside, which is all having its own lights and fuse board and everything in. So it's going to be a bumpy ride.
I don't know what I'm done with this.
Right, sorry, my bad. Got carried away and we already did it. So multi-tool back. We've still got the membrane at the back of this board, so we've not gone all the way through it. Chiseled out. We've got an all-round band here for our conduit. We're going to let it slip into the floor, but equally slip into the outlet a little bit. This obviously is just to avoid where the cable's going to sit for the time being, and when the new pattress goes on, it should only encroach it by about 1 or 2mm. But loads of space here. That goes straight down to the next floor down. We haven't had to cut that, which is nice. Exactly the same over here. socket wise, same thing. We've got a nice expansion joint down there, all round band, socket going on. 25mm patches here for the single. Got 3 bits of all round band that will allow us to go up, clip across the top of this beam, because it's all being covered up. It's going to be a flat bit here, I think. Adam's going to put one on there. I won't film that, but I should have filmed this bit. I'm not going to lie, guys, because that was the interesting part. So my bad. Sorry about that. Adam's going to do that, and then we'll bring our way into. Yeah, 300. Yeah. And then we'll get some spotlights in. We'll film how we're going to manage this, the extractor fan, and then we can run some cables in and jump downstairs. Also, to the builder who's put the site lighting up, I've never seen these, the LED versions. Some of you guys might see them all the time, but 110, they're pretty nifty, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. We will start showing you some actual work, but Adam, because we're having to start up on the top floor, because they haven't quite decided on the ground floor when the old kitchen's coming out, there's a few things that need to be checked first with positions of sockets and switches. So we're starting up top, just so we can get all this done. After today, the builder can carry on sellotexing and can board bits and bobs. Go on.
Sorry, I'm just clearing the back.
Adam's running our switch feeds in, so we're using 3 core and earth. It's coming down. We've got switches on, mattresses on, all round band in. He's clipped it up. We are going to put some fire clips up shortly. They're just all the way down here in the van. Down there. Sockets on. Loads of mess. Socket on there. So we've got the staircase is being levelled out here. It's going down the same angle as the staircase we've got, but push further over down. So we're having a switch here. There's another switch. So we've got the feed coming from down below. We're going to bring the lighting power up and straight through as well, and also the last 3 core and earth. That's going to be part of the 4-way lighting, and then the permanent feed will come straight up, bring it through into the bathroom. We'll then do a maintenance joint in one of the lights, mark it out the certificate like we always say. We'll bring the permanent feed back to the landing, and we've got one more link across to the far bedroom. So there's only 3 lights. Upstairs will be a radial circuit for sockets on a 20 amp. Upstairs will be a 6 amp radial circuit just for upstairs. That's going to do 4 bathroom lights, an extractor, a light on the landing, and a light in the far bedroom. We'll bring it all down. You can't quite see here. Oh, you can't. If you go back and watch the video where I did my backing doing the outside sockets, that was here, I was outside. So where the fuse board is, there's a brand new sort of boiler and fuse board room being built on the side of the house. It's got no roof on it yet, but that's where we will take all our cables eventually. There's not much to show other than clip in and point boxes, which you've all seen hundreds of times, but it's just getting a sort of system of work of where you want to start, where we want to get to each point of the day. This isn't going to take us too long. We can go below. Once we start doing the sockets, we will film that, clip in, sort of find the positions, but there's only 4 sockets on this circuit. 4 sockets, and then we'll just done the lead all the way back to the board and sort of show the routes that we're going to take. So yeah, just bear with us, and when we can actually show some actual work off, we will. Right, so me and Adam just having a discussion. It's been a while since we've done anything with a timed fan other than it being in place. So, long story short, the joint box above the first light fitting, which is going to be near Adam up there, the permanent supply will go in, and then the permanent supply will come back out, which is this one. Normally, we're not drilling any joists on the roof other than literally this one and this one. It's going to be bolted to the wall and pass through because there's no real way into the next room other than do this. And I've seen people before pass cables up and behind the roof, which is really not the done thing. So we're passing them through. There's the permanent supply. So in here, it's just going to be a loop in, loop out, and a switch. And that one over there will be a loop in and a switch. What was that? But in here, so with the light fitting, you can have a permanent supply in, you can have a permanent supply out. You can have a switch cable. So with that, you've got 4 cables, technically 4 terminals, an earth, a permanent supply, a neutral supply, and a switch supply. So that then will give you your 3 core and earth cable coming down to your fan isolator, and from your fan isolator you would then take that across to your fan, which will give you a permanent, a switch, a neutral, and an earth across there. So we're going to pass the switch straight through here, switch cable back to the joint box, from here 3 core in, 3 core out, over to the extractor. I hope that makes sense. We've just been having a discussion about it. It's been a while since I've done it. And also we left the all-round band on here. It was that one that's just caught me, and when I was drilling that, I slipped, and it looks like a funny angle, but my hands were bent, and it's just like that, and it just runs straight across me knuckle and fingers.
Dear, oh dear.
Oh dear, oh dear, and then I just rubbed it across my face. So yeah, we'll mark out the stuff in the bathroom in a minute, but we're just struggling trying to pass cables through without falling to our death, really. Okay, so what we're going to do is have 4 spotlights in. I always have to check now. 4 spotlights in here. Because of the pitch of the roof, you could say we could put tiltable ones in, pointing straight down. But what I'm going to suggest, and which I've done before, because it's got quite a nice pitch on it, is we'll put normal ones in, being flat and on the angle they're on, they will crisscross each other. So the ones on my right will light up the left-hand side of the room, and vice versa, the left will light up the right. We're only going to have 4 in here. We've got a window. It's fairly bright anyway. There's going to be a Velux put in the landing, which brings some natural light in. 4 in with the extractor. Once again, extractor isn't going to do a fat lot of good, really. If we're being honest, most sparks say the same thing. You have to do it for building regs. But being up here, there's no actual shower going in here. It's a bath and a toilet. But I've been told it needs an extractor, so it's having one. Same as the downstairs. We're going to do them in the same line, like I said earlier, to make sure the vents match up on the outside of the house for a bit of quality look. I'm just going to measure in. I ain't not far off 600. I know you're not going to be able to see this bit, hang on. 600. So we'll get the same measurements. The lights are going to be pushed further apart to more light up the edges, because that's where the stuff's going. You've got the toilet going on the edge there, the bath is going on the edge here. I presume the sink's going over here, and then there's a radiator going on the wall down here where the pipes are. So we'll get them marked out. Spoke to the builder as well, because obviously there's a lot of Celotex, which you can see behind me. We've always had a lot of issues with builders pushing all our cables out of the way, putting Celotex in. This Celotex going in the roof here it's 4 inches thick, so what I've said is we'll mark out, if he can do a nice circle, maybe an 8-inch hole for our lights to sit through, that would be great. He can put a bit of insulation behind it as well, but we haven't really got to worry so much downstairs. Because it's rock wool, it's not actually Celotex, so we'll be clipping all our cables up and out the way. So if you can see here, Celotex is, can you see it on the camera here? Celotex isn't going all the way back, so the trusses are 6 inches, the Celotex 4, so we're going to be clipping our cables as far back as we can to stay away from the Celotex, because it's nasty stuff. If the cable sits on that, it heats up way more than it should do, and then drops our current carrying capacity of the cable, because it's sat on loads of insulation. If you do your calculations right, we need to make sure that we're getting this right, because we don't want to mess around at the end. So push it out of the way, bring it up. We're not going to be drilling any of these joists. We've got the centre beam above, which is going to be boarded flat here, so we've got a nice void we can clip across, bringing the cables down, and cable management that way. So yeah, hope that's helped. I'm going to get these in, and then we'll run you around afterwards to sort of show you what I mean by the Celotex. Bathroom's done, 99% done anyway. So this is what I mean, kicking it back, insulation will go here, it won't be touching it, but our stuff all fed across. There's 4 cables coming down here. There'll be a joint up in here, maintenance free box, above the light. It's accessible, because really the only other option would be to take everything to one of the pendants. Let me turn this way. Take everything to one of the pendants, but you don't have a lot of room because it's on a triple joist, so we drilled through it at the angle to bring it into centre. Hence, maintenance free joint, up in the ceiling, it's more than accessible. Everything's looped over, we're giving ourselves a bit of slack each way. Brought round, fan isolator here. Switch, that's our feed to go up as well, and our lighting. So there, we won't really take any measurements yet, we'll rather get a bit more done, and then at the end of the day we'll take the measurements, take some pictures. Obviously I've got the video to go off, and I'm just clipping the loop over into here, and then we're going to jump down and do the sockets, but we're going to have a bit of a sweep up. I've got the Hoover, I bought one of these from B&Q. What's this called again, Adam?
Magic broom.
That was a mop, so we'll have a go with that. And well, to be fair, I might just brush it off the edge of the stairs. That's what everyone else would do. Right, so we've actually, we brought down this lighting to bring through because it was dark in here. So this is first floor, another bathroom, big landing where the new stairs are going to be coming across and up here. Through here is, through there, sorry, is where you can see all the pipes going to be going through, and that's where the electrics are going as well. So we're going to get all our feeds. This is the new sort of boiler, fuse board room, plant room as such for all you commercial guys. There you go. Bedroom, sort of wardrobe, dressing room, master bedroom, the balcony, canal. It's very nice, it really is. So what we're going to be doing, obviously all new flooring, is we're going to be running the 2.5mm now for the upstairs socket circuit. So we're going to need to bring a cable long enough to come from here. I'm going to bring it round and through this stud work. So anyone knowing that does a lot of rewires, or to you younger guys that are going to get into it, a lot of the time the most pain in the arse thing trying to figure out is how to get our cables upstairs, either to the first floor or to the loft or to a third floor, depending. Is most of the time nowadays we don't have airing cupboards. You don't have a nice little room where you could just run straight into, trunk it up or clip it or direct or whatever you want to do. So this is the thing with the stud work. We know to regulations, we can put any cable in here within 150mm of a wall. We'll drill right down in the corners. We can clip it up onto the inside so it's secure. We can bring our 2.5mm up for our upstairs circuit. We can bring our 1mm up as well. And then the awkward bit we've got to do is there's a light switch going down the bottom here. So what I was going to say for our four-way, you've got one here, you're going to have one here, you're going to have one there, and then we've also got one up there with Adam. So we need to run a 3-core and earth to connect every single one, and then the last one's going to have a 3-core and earth and a 2-core and earth. But just here, in this little slot, which you can't quite see, round there, that's where our light switch is for upstairs. So it took us a while to drill through and get the angling right. Everything's completed upstairs, lighting wise. We just need to run a feed up to it and a 3-core and earth from this switch here. But we're going to go around, start the ring, it's not a ring, start the radial circuit for the sockets. We're going to set the laser up because we've got a lot of trusses to run through. So we'll set it up on the floor, we'll mark out our centre here, or depending where we want to run it, mark out either side, get the laser, get the holes nice and level all the way through. There's a socket to go. Oh, we've took the lights out from upstairs now. We'll put some rods up, so through here, so we can drill all these through, make sure we get the centre of the beams all the way through. We'll do it through the landing and in the far bedroom as well, which you can see over here. We'll only need to run one because we can go here, drill it straight through, pack it up there. So yeah, I'm going to get that set up and we'll do a bit of filming finally on the job. Oh, it's there. See, that's why I couldn't see it. So what Adam is doing here, you can see the little hole that he's just putting a uni light down it. Yeah? So Adam's got an offcut that he's poking through the socket with the right amount that he wants out upstairs, poking it down.
Yeah.
See, Addy, yeah, it's absolutely fine, mate. It's the right length.
Are the cables the right length?
Yeah, so let me have that, mate, so I can show the camera. So I know if I drill a hole here, I will measure off this much. I can poke it up the hole and it'll just save both of one of us being upstairs, one of us downstairs pulling, pushing, where I know I can measure that off and it's the right length. So both of us can be down here drilling joists and running cables, and then we can just pop up after us together and do this.
Gets a right frowny faces off me.
Frowny faces?
Yeah.
From what, from when you're drilling?
Yeah, like, you know, when you try to push it for the last little bit.
You're right, you do.
I've always got this one.
So some idiot decided to run all the site lighting into this room and then decided not to drill in there and then drill in the dark room. So nice one. That was me, by the way. Adam, 2 secs. So what I've done here, we're setting the drum up. We've got our first socket is on the chimney breast upstairs. Drum up, it's on the cable, run a X board 3625 million 42-17. That's going to be pulled up, but we have had an issue. There's an RSJ, you can see here, that runs the entire length of the house. So that means for us passing cables through it, I'm not drilling it, but I had a solution because this is very small gap there, less than an inch to pass it. But the reason I got Adam to drill them here in the ceiling is because we can sit the holes on top of this studwork wall, and under the studwork wall I've drawn a hole here and here, which will allow me to pass my cable above the wood, below the steel, but still be within zonings of walls. Hence, that's why I did it this way. So I know you can drill RSJ and we can put some grommet strip around it, but I don't have time to do that because it takes ages and I don't really have the right drill bits anymore. It's going to be passed through, brought down, do my holes, but we'll measure out and leave a very big coil to go out through there, because today is not the day to mess around with what's live pipes, what's not live pipes. And all the cables in the house are completely dead. The lights are running off a new fuse board off a temporary site sockets, which is a previous video. I'll put a card up here so you can go and watch that and see me hit my back. But yeah, that's the plan. So I'm going to get these pulled through and see what we've got. Cables starting to be fed through. I have a massive loop over there. I've decided, why on earth was I going down here and across where I could just go straight through and then down in the corner of the stud wall and out through there. So there you go. Cabling is up all through our joists, across, a few tacks on it, as you can see there, across, down, that's straight. So Adam did just tell me as well, there's 4 sockets up there, we forgot one, so we just went and ran that. We'll run up to him in a second. So the cable feeds through here, we left a bit of a couple of inches of slack on it, runs back round, back up. You can see our conduit just pegging down below floor level. So in the future, if anyone needs to pull some new stuff through, they can. Let's just run up to Adam and have a look. Also, I secured this ladder. Sock it up. Delicious. What's that you doing called? I think you need to use a brush the other way around, mate. That's there, and this is the last one. So as of now, oh also, Adam, you got a job because Adam reminded me about the smoke alarms. Main's probably into link smoke alarms. When we just bring the feed up in a second, we're just going to bring a 3-corner just to link the one that's going on the landing. Come up here, and we're just going to put it sort of here, and that'll cover all bases for all the rooms upstairs. What's that, mate?
Clean up the plumber's mess.
Clean up the plumber's mess? Nah.
Should we just leave that there then?
Yeah, no, we just brush it all into his corner.
A little corner and then...
Yeah, we can put our stuff there as well.
Yeah.
Look. Yeah. Right, we're going to call it here. We're nearly done. Which means the Bricky's just been coming up. We had a chat for about 45 minutes. Adam's mum was ringing him, making sure he's getting him tonight. Making sure he's alright. Don't do it, Adam. Health and safety is finest here. Unfortunately, there's nothing I can do, so don't shoot at me. That made me jump as well. So yeah, we're going to get some more footage across here. We'll get some more tomorrow doing downstairs because there's loads more sockets to go in. There's loads of floors to pull up. And yeah, it's just smoke alarm feed in and then the light feed. So thanks for watching. Do we need to plug anyone today? Got Rhino. No, I've not got a Rhino top on. Uni light, 25% off Uni light. 1D25. Anyone else? It's Amazon. It's my front door. I just need a code off. I need Jordan's code, don't I, for him and Bezos. Get a little Amazon code off. Oh, yeah. That'd be nice. Bundy 95, that'd be lovely. Right.
Bundy free for everything.
Alright, have I got you in here? Right, okay. Catch you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Take care now. Bye-bye then.
Bye.
Bye.